The words of this verse have been misused by the Roman Catholic Church. No, say it isn't so. To indicate that the sufferings of Christ were not all sufficient for our redemption and atonement. Now, imagine that. Imagine standing before the Lord and saying, thank you, what you did was insufficient, but I was able to get myself up to you anyway, right? Imagine that, okay? It indicates that the sufferings of Christ were not all sufficient for our redemption and atonement, and that Christ's people must continue to earn their way into glory. I've read the canons from the Council of Trent, and they say that if you say that grace is sufficient based on your faith in Christ, let you be anathema. Well, I just imagine that. And I know I paraphrase that, but that's the intent. And I could go read you those 10 or so canons that actually say that what Paul says is anathema, and then one of the 10 canons actually would say that what Jesus says is anathema. I mean, this is the Roman Catholic Church of today. Ever since Trent in 1546, I always tell people that is when they stopped being a church. That's not saying there aren't people in the church that don't love the Lord, because there are. You know, I know some Catholics that just love the Lord, and they stick to the word, and the church can't stand it. They can't stand these preachers that are preaching, and they want to get rid of them, but those are the most successful of their churches, and they can't. So anyway, why somebody would want to be a part of a church that just doesn't work, I don't know, but they do it. But now that I've said that, this is what the Catholic Church says, think about that while I read this verse again. I now rejoice in my sufferings for you, and fill up in my flesh what is lacking in the afflictions of Christ. So they're saying that what he did was insufficient, and therefore I need to earn my salvation. And Paul is the first one to say that, and we have to follow Paul's example. Okay, that's their basic guideline in the Catholic Church. Okay, Christ's people must continue to earn their way into glory. This has nothing to do with what Paul is speaking about here. That much. 0, and not 3, 0. Okay? I can't make a 0 with putting them down. I'm sorry. Okay.